Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's just us chickens again tonight. Well, I thought I'd do some urban legends, and then we can have questions at the end of the show. So I thought that would be a fun thing to do. So I'll read. The first one is the Wyoming. It's a jackalope, well-known character in Wyoming's culture. It's urgent. Some say it's the most definitely seen it, while others shrug it off as fairy tale. Believers say the early trappers hunted the mythical creature for its fur, and two brothers were hunting jackrabbits in the 1900s and brought the taxidermied a antlers on a rabbit. So that's how that began. So that's pretty funny. Another thing in Tennessee, there's the skin Tom. It says in the 1920s, a young man named Tom, who's described as being quite the looker and charming to boot, could get a date with any young lady he wanted. Soon he had dated every eligible woman in his town, so he moved to the next town over. He met a gal named Eleanor and fell head over heels for her. Taking her to the local lover's lane, he didn't know it, but the woman was so enamored was married. Her husband found the two canoodling and went mad with jealousy. He dragged Tom into the woods and skinned him alive, leaving him for dead. Folks say Tom still hangs around Lover's Lane and is ready to kill those who commit adultery. Wow, that's pretty intense. And then in Texas, I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, Lecachuza. In the South, Texas, after you've had a beer or two, you'll need to be on the lookout for the Lecachuza. Depending on the version of this urban legend, incredibly large owl that is either the Brujas witch or a familiar woman by day, bird by night. In one version, her child was killed by a drunk, so she's on the prowl looking to take revenge on the patrons stumbling out into the street after closing time. The other version, she's a woman who lives alone, which makes locals suspicious of her. And when the little boy goes missing, she's instantly blamed as the witch responsible for the disappearance. It's said that then she makes a deal with the devil to become the evil owl woman. Boy, that's pretty intense too. What do you think of that? And then in Utah, there's the curse of the Chantilly Petrified Forest. Visitors, the Escalante Petrified Forest in the Black Hills of Utah are cautioned to leave what they find behind. Urban legend has it that anyone who takes so much as a rock or a piece of wood will suffer intense misfortune. Car accidents, broken bones, even job loss is said to have befallen those who dared ignore the warning. If this should happen to you, it's been said that it returned it back to where you took it from. Well, they've also had it mailed back and everything. They also do that in Hawaii. The lava stones. They're not supposed to take those either. So be careful of that too. So in Vermont, the legend is built as part of the insane asylum, the Brattleboro Retreat Tower in the 1800s, closed after a number of patients supposedly committed suicide, flinging themselves out from the top of the building. The tower remains standing today, and people say that if you dare visit, you'll see ghosts plunging to their deaths. and it's an old tape that replays and replays. Well, that happens when something violent happens. It'll get stuck in a time warp and an energy grid, and it'll keep going and going, and it's to replay like murder, mass massacres, battles, stuff like that. So know that, because another thing is, they want to have retribution. They want their story told. That's what's wrong. In Virginia, there's Bunny Man Bridge. As the story goes, in 1904, some of the most dangerous patients from an insane asylum in Clifton, Virginia, were being moved from when the prison bus they were riding crashed in Fairfax Station Bridge. The inmates attempted to escape, but the only one that was successful. He left a trail of dead skin and half-eaten rabbits, hanging many of them from the bridge at the scene of the crash. Then at Halloween night the same year, they were attacked at the stroke of midnight. And they met their fate as the bunnies did. Ugh. There's a whole bunch of crazies out there. Mental illness is a real thing. Melby's 13 Steps to Hell, Washington. In the Melby's cemetery, you'll find a set of 13 steps leading down into an underground crypt. Urban legend has it that anyone who makes the regrettable decision to climb down the steps, then turn around, will be met with a vision of their own spirit descending into hell. Other versions say that if you're standing at the 7th step, right at midnight, and turn around, you'll see the spirit of a woman grieving the death of her whole family. And there's another Virginia myth, and I don't know if you guys have heard of this one, the Mothman. It's from the movie Mothman Prophecy. According to legend, the Mothman is a tall, winged creature with red eyes, 10-foot wingspan. It can fly extraordinarily fast and more than 100 miles per hour. The final scene of the movie is retelling of a take of an event that actually happened in 1967. The silver bridge that connects Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and Galapagos, Ohio, collapsed the height of rush hour, killing 46 people. According to urban legend, it predicts when there's going to be an accident or something that'll happen there. Well, I believe that. Wisconsin, bloody headstone at Riverside Cemetery. Bloody headstone. Hush, Josie. Wake up. That's my dog. This urban legend tells of a local woman by the name of Kate Blood, which is a fitting name, who is said to have killed her husband and 3 children, and then she died by suicide. Her headstone at Riverside Cemetery, Appleton, allegedly drips with blood every full moon. Though, if you do visit and glance at her headstone, will quickly debunk the legend. She was outlived by her husband and one of her children, but her actual story is still tragic. She lost one of her children at the young age and then come down with tuberculosis, which she was sent to Kansas to heal, but didn't come home alive. She passed away at age 23. So, do you guys have any questions in the room? I love urban legends. Then there's also that Bloody Mary where if you say it 3 times, she'll appear in the mirror. So do you guys have any urban legends where you're from? We used to have an urban legend of, I grew up in Michigan. They said that Bonnie and Clyde, they went through there where I lived, and that you could see their car, and you could see the taillights going up over the hill. And then we also had a red dot. What's the succession screamer, John? Tell us what that is. And also, we used to have a horse that would get loose all the time, and then it finally died of old age, and you could see it running up and down the road a lot. And it wasn't really the horse; it was the horse's ghost. And there was red lights that would appear in the woods, and it would chase cars. So, oh, okay, John Wilkes Booth, and a ghost there. Neat. I did work on a case where we were looking for Jesse James's gold out west. It got close, didn't find it though, but that was pretty cool. There's always general hauntings around where you live, like haunted cemetery of a lady sitting there crying and holding a baby. There was of the cemetery down the road. And then I remember as I see ghosts, um, one time pigs got in the old cemetery on the corner and uprooted all the gravestones, and we tried to put them all back where they needed to go, but we goofed up and some of the ghosts were not happy. I don't doubt it. John says that the succession ghost is a girl was killed there and she screams. Oh, where I grew up when I was a kid in Florida, out in Waxahachie there, we heard a woman hollering and screaming, and there was a woman that was murdered out there, and we even called the cops. It was so real. And the cop says, oh, we get a call every year at this time because that's the date of the woman being killed out there. And she hollers for help at this time of year. So they just want their stories told so that they can find closure. And then up on the Waxahachie River there's supposed to be an old cabin where a trapper lived, and you can hear him stumbling around the cabin sometimes if you go in the cabin. You have to get there by canoe, of course, but all those neat things. Do you guys have any other legends out there? Are legends of sirens real? Well, I had a guy that I knew that had a sailboat, and he swears he hears them calling and yelling at night, so you have to be careful. It will call you to the rocks. Jesse and Frank James was known to hide out in the area of eastern Kentucky. Yeah, absolutely. They had places that they'd hide their loot all over the place. Wouldn't it be cool to find something? Be awesome. Also, I've been out to the old ghost towns, and there really are ghosts that haunt. You can go into the bar, and you can hear people playing cards. You can hear guns going off. You can hear coins on the table. You can hear them shuffling the cards. So, and then there was a legend of a lady walking up and down. She was supposedly a prostitute that they killed, and you could hear her walking in a white dress up and down the boardwalk there. And other places, there's an old cemetery out west, and old western town that was like a cowboy that you'd see a shadow cowboy walking along. So the screamer is a Bigfoot or a mountain lion. Well, mountain lions sound like a woman screaming. They do, but Bigfoot scream is different than a mountain lion scream, I think. But yeah, it sounds like a woman screaming. Another thing is a peacock will sound like a woman hollering for help. Another thing, deers, they make screaming noises too if they're hurt. So we have to debunk all that. It's been years ago, just curious. Exactly possessed me. Had to be exercised. Well, you had picked up you're a medium, and you picked up a male. Well, it was it was a demon. And yeah, I'm glad that you got help. And you were wide open. So it was a male demon. I think he got it from a graveyard. You didn't mess in any black magic or anything. I think that you just picked it up. So, but you're okay now. You're clear. You don't have anything attached to you. Activia Hatcher. What was the reference to her? What happened to her? Roger, can you tell us? Well, any idea who sent a dog man into my dreams? Well, you're doing that research, John, and you're probably going to have a run-in with one of those because you're into all the cryptids and everything. So, and you're very aware and attuned. So, and also you're probably going to write a book about that. You're fine, Maria. As long as you believe in God, you're okay. No, you're all right.
You know, a first-time homebuyer worrying about the down payment and closing costs? Tyndall has a hometown hero mortgage program that can help. Make home ownership a reality. Apply today at tyndall.org/hometownhero.
Oh boy, one of those. Did she have a bell? So she died. She was buried alive. That's why they had the bell. You know that old saying, "Saved by the bell," because they'd have a person that would sit by the grave, and they had a line to the bell, and they could pull the cord and ring the bell if they weren't dead. Oh yeah, Ouija boards can have Ouija board possession is real. Be careful. Yes, you're letting good and bad through, and you always have to close the portal. Don't ever leave that portal open And always white light bubble yourself before you do anything.
I'm hoping last year we finished our first year, we finished number 23 in the nation. I'm hoping for a top 20 finish this year, possibly top 15. You know, everybody, the big key to being a successful team is getting everybody to the start line healthy and being ready to go. So those are kind of the goals we have set, and I think we've got a good opportunity to meet those goals.
Oh, I'll share how I am. Yes. How I was born this way, and I've always seen spirits and people. And I always had tons of people in my bedroom. I used to have a man that sat in the rocking chair when I was a kid, and I had to have mom move it. I was like, Mom, there's a man in the chair. But I've been seeing it, spirits since I was like 3, 2. You know, I can remember my crib. There's this tall man with white hair, and he was like 6'5", and blue eyes standing over my bed, and it was my great grandpa Owens. I love this work, and I've always been psychic, and I could always talk to animals and feel animals too. You know, we had a rodeo across the road when I was a kid, and I could tell what the horses were feeling, or I could feel what people were feeling. I always had a white light bubble myself, because when I first started becoming aware, I could hear conversations in houses that I passed. I could feel what was going on there. I'd go to the mall. I don't like to go to the mall because there's too many people. Not that I don't like people, but it's just I could see black and white. And if they had something black, they had some kind of a sickness. I didn't say anything, and it's like, and I finally learned to white light bubble myself and triple bubble myself, and I could not have the cacophony of everything. I learned how to filter it all out. But I also have visions, you know, not dreams, visions of prophetic visions. And I remember when I was real little and we lived in Detroit, and I was like, maybe 3rd grade, and my neighbor, Mrs. Laura, had passed away. And I said, I saw her in the garden, because she had a beautiful rose garden. And I saw her sitting out there working in the garden. And I told Mom, she always believed me. And she had passed away. I didn't know that. But that's the story of me. And then when I was 16, I started working with another psychic and working on murder cases and everything. So that's the story. Oh, neat. Haunting that happened in PA. That'll be interesting. And I've always seen and heard and felt more so than most people. I thought in school, everybody could see the schoolmarm standing on the old antique porch of the antique schoolhouse. So I love doing this work. It's just natural, like breathing. Thank you, Chris. Well, do you have any questions? I can answer some questions for you. There's a gentleman, John, that I'm getting a Michael. That'll be an important name for you. And you are going to write a book, John. So be prepared for that. It's going to be hard work, but you're going to do good. If you've been injured in an accident, that is fine for you. Call Period Young for a free consultation. 850-215-7777. Would you rather have your house look like this or this? Would you rather have your power? Tell him to trust himself, Del, his nephew coming in psychic He is a medium. He's very aware. Um, make sure that he always says a prayer of protection. But he does see dead people. And he's very connected, and your grandfather walks with him.
At FPL, we work every day to build a resilient grid by hardening homes and placing power lines underground. Because resiliency creates readiness. FPL, working for you every single day.
My personal favorite, I don't really have a personal urban legend favorite, but I think I like the jackalope. I think that's the cute one.
You have the freedom today, whenever and wherever you want. With online options to pay bills and friends.
Okay, I'll do that. Get on the list of. All right, I will do that. Let me see. All right, let's start at the top. And if I redid you, excuse me. Okay. Okay, Chris, you're on the right pathway, and you have the color pink all around you. So you got love and green healing. John, forward ho. You're on the right pathway. Lots of things to do. You got like 3 projects going, and people will help you do it. And the color around you is purple, so that's spirituality. Roger Blair. Well, you're going to help use your good common sense and be like a advisor on something. And then also a trip. There's a trip for you. And your color is red, that's passion and creativity. And then let's see. Dell. You're very spiritual and aware. You're going to get a new guide. You have the color green and the color orange. So that's creativity and understanding. So look for that. And also, you're going to start having prophetic dreams. And there's a connection with Europe with you. And there's something like, I don't know if you're doing your ancestry, but you're going to do that. Crafty. The color around you is turquoise and then indigo purple, very spiritual. And lots of family all around you. There's like family stuff. And there's something about a photo album, like an old photo album. Let's see. And then, Maria, the colors around you is pink and green. So you're doing healing through loving yourself. And then you're on the right pathway. And use your spirituality. And use your psychic abilities and trust it. Let's see. And Michelle. Moving forward, standing your ground. Yellow, which is comprehension. And then also you have the color brown, which is grounding. So work with the earth. That's important. Did I get everybody? I think so. Yeah, I know. It's a made up thing, though. But out west, it's a big thing. And all in all the little shops and bars, they have them hanging out. Go to Arizona, you'll see them all over the place. They're cute. And then there's like a little jackalope story for kids, I think. Susan F. The color for you is like forest green. And also you're gonna let something go that you've been holding on to, so it's not worth it. Scott, you have the color. You got pink, which is love, and then also green, which is healing. And it's like a light leaf green, so it's a whole new beginning for you. So, and trust yourself. Don't second guess. So you're in a mode of new. Oh my. Get him the help he needs, Dal Dal. I'm good, Scott M. See if you can find Dal. See if you can find a trusted male mentor for your nephew. That would help him. Hi, Lorna Christine. Did we get everybody? Yeah. Well, when you do this work, it ain't no thinking thing. You can't second guess it. You just go with it. I hope that I got everybody. Well, thanks. The only way anybody can do anything to you is if you allow it. And the white light, the spiritual light, the light of God is stronger than anything. I'm selling a green Chevelle. And oh, how funny. You're going to get a good price for it. Yay, good for you. Lorna. Your color is blue, like navy blue. And you're going to move. There's a move within the year for you. And there's a whole new career opportunity going to be presented. So look for that to happen. What year? Oh, it's the car. Yeah, we want to know, is it an antique that you're selling? John wants to know. Oh, cool. That's a classic. 71 Chevelle. Yay. That's awesome. Any other question, guys? Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And we'll just cut it short tonight. And I hope you guys had fun. Try to always make it interesting. And thank you, everything. All right.
Coming to a YouTube channel near you.